What's going on, you guys? Slumpy here, back from the Spokane Regionals. As you guys know, I was head judging this weekend and we had a great event. Shout out to the whole comic book shop staff and everybody who helped judge out and helped run the event. It was a little bumpy in the beginning, but with the teamwork, your weakest link, everybody was well rounded and it was a really great event. So, again, shout out to the comic book shop. But we are back and we have our topic competitor. What is your name and what did you play?
Hey, my name is Jonah, and I played Prank Kid Brave.
Nice. Well, congratulations. Is this your first regional top?
Yes, it actually is. After taking a long break, and I thought I'd come back because I haven't actually got a top before, and then got on my first one. So very happy
Nice.
about that.
Nice. And for everybody, so the Spokane Regionals actually capped out. We had exactly 120 players. We actually had a wait list, and there was actually a bunch of players who did not show up who pre-registered. So we capped out on 120, so it was full capacity. So for Jonah to come back and top his first regionals after taking a long break is very, very impressive. He's also my boy. We've been testing and we've been like talking for a long time, and I'm really, really happy for my boy. So let's go ahead and get into the shout outs. I know you got some people you want to shout out.
Oh yeah, of course. So I wanted to give a shout out to my team because they drugged me over there in the first place and then got me back into the game. And then I got your boy Emilio because when we were meeting up at the hotel in the middle of the night, like I didn't have any testing whatsoever against the Brave Tenyi. So like once I got familiar with all their effects and all that, it really I actually ended up playing against one later, so it definitely helped out. And then last but not least, of course, the boy Slumpy just giving me really good tech ideas and lending me some cards when I needed them. So really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, so there were 7 rounds of Swiss today, or sorry, yesterday. What were your matchups like?
So the first game I had Drytron and then Tenyi, Earth Machines, Flunderies, Based, Prank Kid Mirror, and then PK Brave.
Wow. So it looks like you played like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I was not expecting it, but I mean, in the end, it worked out. So.
Nice. Well, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. All right.
Alrighty, so I got the standard adventure package. Nothing too special about it. Just having 3 right, 3 Enchantress, and then 1 Fateful Draco back and Wandering Griffin Rider. And then for hand traps, got the Nibiru. I This card was the easily my favorite hand trap this run through. It was a complete blowout for pretty much any matchup I had except the Flynderies player, of course. Gamma was pretty nice. It didn't do me as much justice as I wanted it to, but it was also just nice to side them all out if I needed to for other stuff later in game 2 and 3. Veilers were pretty sick. I love that it's a tuner. It got some tech that I have in the extra deck for it as well, and I love playing it when I have Nibiru because I just affect Veiler, their Griffin Rider, and then Nibiru them in the same play. So those were always nice plays to do as well. And then same exact reasoning goes for Ghost Ogre. Um, it was mainly just used to pop the Griffin Rider when using Nibiru on them with their board, and you pretty much just win after that. So, and then Ash Blossom, it's Ash Blossom. Everyone searches it. It's like I don't necessarily think it's insane, but I think it's nice to have. It's a well-rounded card that can stop some things. So, and it was really good against the Flunderies player as well. They just play Rubina and then you play that, and then you're good. That's if they don't have any banished, at least. And then for the Prank Kid lineup, 3 of each color kid. Um, I feel like just having as many kids as possible is nice, especially with 45 card deck. It's good for the ratios as well. And then three places with it, and then terraforming as well with the two Roxys. Two Roxy or the Roxys was easily my favorite card because you could just, as soon as you go through your standard combo, you thin out your deck a lot, and then at the very end, you use Roxy's effect to potentially draw a hand trap or an extender or even your brave stuff after. So that card was easily like the most broken one out of all of them. Being able to cycle through your hand. If you draw an Nibiru going turn one, you could just shuffle it back, and there's just so many things you could do with it that help round out your deck. So, and then for extra deck, wait, never mind. So we got one Pandemonium, one Pranks. I feel like it's pretty standard. Uh, the Thunder Dragon Fusion. I wasn't too sure about putting this in, but I felt like if there was going to be a time where I needed to grind out a game, it would do a lot of justice, and it actually ended up taking the last game of the match. So it was good that I put it in. We got Mystic Mine. This card's super troll. Um, it's so troll, but when people had like really broken boards that I couldn't really break at the time, I would just play that or terraforming and then play that and then just wait until I would have place plus an absolutely broken hand to just blow them out and then continue on with my life. It That card won me a game or two as well, so that was pretty good. Called by I don't like getting hand trapped just by how many I run, so that one was also good to have as well. All right, onto the extra deck. We got two Battle Butler. Normally I run one, but I picked two this time around just because of the Thunder Dragon fusion as well. And then I only run one Rocket Ride because I'm not running instant fusion, so I didn't really see the point in running two. Rip Roaring Roaster just for one of the pranking combos that one of my boys at a local Joey taught me how to do. And then we got Meow Moo. I mean, you can only run one, but I ended up just, even though it's at one, I didn't really abuse it too much because I would just cycle it back most of the time with pranks, anyways, because I would just rather play the resource game against someone than try and do a blowout turn. And then we got one Bow Wow Bark. You don't really need more than one, at least in my opinion. Three Doodle. I like three because when you're going into the pranks combo, when you search with Doodle with it, um, it does pretty good justice if like you get hand trapped or somewhere along the line and you need a third Doodle to make a play later on in the game state. So the third one really came in clutch. We got Link Spider. I honestly never used it, but it's there. Verte Anaconda. Uh, Again, Thunder Dragon Fusion. It came in pretty handy, especially in the last game because uh, I needed to win by like resources because we were blowing out a lot of stuff. Halka Fibrax and the Celine. So these were something I was trying a little bit, and honestly, it comes in pretty clutch if they end up blowing my board, and I just have like something really small, and I could just play a token and then go into that plus Celine into access code and then just kill them. So it at this combo actually won me a game. I didn't use it too much, but the fact that it got me a dub was actually pretty hilarious. Unicorn, I never got this out, but it's always nice to just have that utility in there. I would, even though I never played it, I would still keep it in just for the situation where I do need it. And then access code does a lot of damage, and non-responsive stuff. So that's pretty cool. Onto the side deck, we have token collectors. I had a hunch that I was going to be playing a lot against a lot of Brave engines, so it would do a lot of justice in that there are times where I would just play token collector and then they would just scoop because I would hand trap their like standard line of plays besides their Brave engine. So that did really good. Crossout Designator. This card was good pretty much in almost anything. Because I run pretty much the standard line of hand traps minus, I didn't run imperm, but whatever. And then the adventure stuff as well. It helped. And then the prank kid mirror as well. It would do good against, but I didn't play against that many. So besides the one, and he just 2-0'd me anyway, so it was whatever. Lightning Storm. I did not think this was going to be too great, but at the same time, this card was actually the MVP in the event. There were a lot of decks that this was just an absolute blowout. It was insane against the Earth Machines. It was insane against the Flunderies player. Um, yeah, that card, mwah, it was beautiful. I wouldn't take it out for the life of me. Zombie World. This absolutely destroyed Flunderies. Um, that's all I mainly have it in there for because I was worried about playing against more than just one. But once I played this, it was pretty good. They legit couldn't do anything. And then Solemn Judgment was just a really good standard going first card. Um, having the Brave engine, you could have just the Brave engine and no kids. And if you have Solemn Judgment, you're still just probably winning that game because you could just cycle Griffin Rider back and then you Solemn Judgment, their other thing, and then you play Griffin Rider again next turn, and then they're probably going to be losing.
Yeah. Did you want to change anything in the main extra side at all this whole event or like going forward?
I probably wouldn't play the Gammas anymore, but I haven't tested enough with it for me to really make that decision. Um, I would probably cut them for imperms, and then
Did
I
you ever
might cut.
did you ever
Oh,
miss playing like foolish in this deck like just to try to get more rights off or anything?
mm, not really, but I did really wish I had a second Griffin Rider
Okay.
because there are times where people would have they would just try and negate something during my line of plays, and then I would Griffin Rider, and then I would still have the Fateful Adventure effect because I would just hard draw the Griffin Rider. And if you do that and already use Griffin Rider, you could just discard and then whatnot. And then Griffin Rider gets popped quite often as well, so it's just nice to have another one.
Yeah, it's also important to know. I know you we were talking about this like recently, but I also didn't know until like right now that like Griffin Rider is a quick effective special summon, which you mentioned.
Yeah,
So it makes sense to also try to play a second one, just be able to like utilize it on your opponent's turn as well.
exactly. Like that card is nuts.
Yeah. All right, bro. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile. Again, congratulations on your top eight. Are you going to any future events at all?
Might go to the Salem one. We'll see.
All right. Well, again, thank you and congratulations on your first regional top. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. This is Slumpy Slipping Out. Thank you guys.
Peace out.